Okay, so rulers are going to be on your test. This one I'm going to ask for metric stuff, so millimeters, centimeters. So for this one, you would count how many little ticks? 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 millimeters. And then also expressed in centimeters. So then it would be 0.3 centimeters. So this one is, that's 1 centimeter, so 1 point, this is 5, 6, 7. 1.7 centimeters, 17 millimeters. Okay, the next one is exactly on the 4 centimeter mark. So then as a millimeter, that would mean 40. And last one on your own. Okay, inches, a little bit trickier than the metric stuff. So I'm looking for things with increments of sixteenths, eighths, quarters, halves, fulls. Okay, so looking at this tick mark, you're trying to think about, out of that, what's the fraction that it hits? That would hit a quarter of the way. Okay, the next one is 1 full inch plus what fraction? So are we at a 16th, an eighth, or a quarter? And this one would be 1/16. It's only one little tiny tick mark. Okay, so the next one is past the 2 inches, and what fraction? 3/8. Okay, it's not on a little tick, so that's not a 16th. It's not on the quarter or halves, so this is 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. 3 and, so this one is on a little tick, so it will be in a 16th marker, and I would actually count backwards. So if this is 16, 15, 14, so this would be 13. And the last one, there's 4 full inches. So what kind of tick mark is it on? Is it on the quarter, the eighth, the 16th marker? Eighths. It's on an eighth. So I'm actually going to count backwards. If this is 8/8, then this would be 7. It's 7/8 of the way into that. Okay? Okay, conversions, you'll have lots of these on the test. So 5 yards equals how many inches? You'll have your paper with you, and you'll find something. 1 yard equals 36 inches is on your paper. Make sure that we're lined up, so yards under yards, inches under inches. Okay, that always guides me on how to cross multiply, what to multiply or to divide. So how many inches are in there? So next is miles to feet. So 2 miles is how many feet? Find something from your paper. Okay, now we're going to do a few metric ones. So this many meters, and we're trying to get to millimeters. So I don't think that there is any in that. So, oh wait, there is. 1 to 1,000. So timesing by 1,000. Okay, last one. Millimeters to centimeters. So this conversion should be a division typed one. Okay, so this next one is going to go between metric and imperial. So if I go from 60 centimeters to inches, so this is in my last part of my chart, metric to imperial. So centimeters to inches is right here. So did you end up getting a divider kind of conversion on that? Okay, I'm going to be looking for 2 decimal rounding if you have to round something. Okay, so this one is inches to millimeters. I don't see any direct conversions. So we're going to go to centimeters. We're going to go inches to centimeters, and then we're going to have to go another level. Okay, so then I went 2 centimeters with the conversion I had, and then after the centimeters, then I'm going to turn it into the millimeters. Okay, if some of you just want to say times by 10, that's fine if you aren't setting that up, as long as you're showing me some kind of work. Okay, so now let's talk about the complex conversions. So 75 inches to feet and inches. So let's first of all go to feet. So maybe you have this one memorized. There's 12 inches in 1 foot. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just the decimal portion and see how many inches are left. Okay, so what I would do on my calculator is that I would always have this and I would just go minus the whole number, 6. So then it would always give me the decimal. Okay, it's actually very easy to check your answer on this. So if I go like this, 6 times 12 plus 3, that should make 75. Because in 6 feet of having 12 inches plus 3 more should total 75. Okay, so feet to yards feet. So 40 feet is how many yards? And then I would know 1 yard is 3 feet long. So then I take the decimal part of it, and then I take that back to feet at the end. So again, in my calculator, when I have the 13.33333, I just take off the whole number and then convert the decimal part. Okay, so now yards to feet inches. So 3.5 yards is how many feet? 1 yard equals 3 feet. Okay, then you carry over the decimal part. So that's how much feet I would have. So I'm still wanting to go to inches. Okay, so very similar stuff. First conversion gives you a decimal, and then you carry the decimal after the decimal part forward. Okay, the next question is the hardest test question. Okay, once you have the rectangular pyramid. Okay, so let's go volume first, because that's easy. Volume, length, width, height over 3. Okay, so the bottom is a 9x7, and the height is 15. Okay, on your test, I'm looking for units after. If you don't put the correct units on, you will lose a little bit of points. So make sure this is volume, so it's in feet cubed. And I'm not going to lie, it just makes my life a little easier if your paper is a little bit organized and maybe your answers are boxed. Just a little bit easier for me for my grading. Okay, the area stuff. This is a little bit tricky. We're going to have to find the Pythagorean theorem slants. So I will think like this. So this slant. Okay, so looking at my yellow triangle, you got to visualize that. That's up, down is 15. The bottom of this yellow triangle, think about that a second. Did you put 3.5 on the bottom of it? Okay, so there's your a squared, b squared stuff. So you can go ahead with that. So this is what the front and back triangles look like. 15.4 height of it, 9 on the base of it. Okay, so then you have a triangle formula. It is on the first page there, but it's base height over 2. And then I actually times it by 2 because there's a front and a back of the same triangle. So really, that happens, right? Okay, now I'm on to the pink highlighted part. So I need the slant along this side. So the 15 is up, down in the middle. And the bottom of this one would be 4.5. So the Pythagorean on that. So 15.66 is this pink slant, and then along the bottom of that triangle is a 7. Okay, I feel like this is the part that always throws people off, because in the bottom of this one with the Pythagorean, they used the 9 side, but then the area you're using the 7 side. So they're crisscrossing kind of like that. Okay, and then we have to also add the square or the rectangle on the bottom, sorry. Okay, so the formula on this one, this is the triangles, you just have to do them all separately if they're not the same. The length, width, that's the square on the bottom. Okay, final answer is making sure you add that all together. Okay, do you want me to do all of this today, or do you want me to stop and you work and then we can finish the other half tomorrow? It's better for you. Half-half? We can do that today.